right, so this is actually a really great question and something that I used to struggle with as well. I want to encourage you with a couple of different things. Number one, if you're not getting a good night's rest, the simplest way to get to bed earlier is to wake up earlier. Now, what's going to happen is when you wake up earlier, you're going to use more energy throughout the day, which means you're going to want to fall asleep earlier and get a full night's rest. Kind of compare it to my dog, right? I got a really cute dog. His name is Hamilton, and he's our fur baby. And I know if we go out and play, we have long walks, we take him to the dog park, he's going to sleep really well throughout the night. So the question I have for you is, how often are you using your energy? If you're not using energy, if you're sedative and you're just kind of sitting at your desk, you're not getting up, you're not walking, you're not stretching throughout the day, then going to sleep, you're going to have all this energy bundled up still. And so waking up earlier is going to give you more time to use that energy and cause you to want to fall asleep earlier, giving you a good night's rest. Another thing I would encourage is if you have all of these things happening in your brain, get a journal and have it right by your bed and then take note of all of those ideas. What I realized when I started taking notes and just kind of releasing it to the journal and saying, okay, I'll worry about that tomorrow, is I was able to release the thought, but then going to sleep and waking up, I oftentimes had even better ideas because I was more refreshed. And I was able to look at those ideas as prompts and make even better plans. So have a journal next to you so you can take notes and you can just release those thoughts as you're about to go to sleep. Another thing I would recommend is watch what you're eating. If you're eating really late at night, what happens is your body is trying to digest and it's using all this energy, but then you feel bloated. Oftentimes you feel like kind of bleh, and it becomes a really difficult thing to go get a good night's sleep because your body is working. It's doing something like digestion and breaking down the food that you ate. So make sure you're not eating too late or you're not going to bed right after you eat. Another thing I would recommend is when you're going to sleep, something I like doing is I close my eyes for 10 minutes and keep my eyes closed for a good 10 minutes and just breathe in and breathe out. Nice and slowly and nice and deeply. Gives your brain about 10 minutes to fully calm down. And when you have your eyes closed and it's dark, it starts to trigger chemicals in your brain that say, hey, it's time to sleep. Talking about chemicals in the brain, if you are looking at your phone and you have your phone or some type of device, the light from that phone does not trigger what's called melatonin in your brain. In other words, your brain thinks it's still daylight, doesn't think it's time for bed. And so I would recommend keeping your phone away from your bed. If it's your alarm, something I do is I put it in the bathroom of my room so that I have to get up to go turn it off and it gets me up in the morning, but also so I'm not tempted to just reach over, look at notifications, look at my plan, look at my day, etc. So make sure that you have your cell phone and all your devices away from you when you're going to sleep. Another thing I would recommend to get a good night's sleep is to make sure you're going to bed when you're ready to go to bed, when you're ready to go to sleep. If you're going to bed and then you're watching TV or you're watching Netflix or what have you, what happens is it doesn't begin to create a trigger for your brain to say, whenever I'm in bed, it's time to sleep. So you want to trigger the visual of your bed, the act of being in your bed, for your brain to say, it's sleep time. So make sure that you are going to bed when you are ready to go to sleep. And then the last thing I would encourage you to do is there's several things you can do naturally that can enhance your sleep. For example, me and my wife, we take some essential oils, lavender, we rub it on our wrists, we rub it right under our nose, we rub it on our temples, we rub it on our feet, and it gives us a really nice, comfortable sleep. It's a natural sleep inducer. You can also do a couple of things that are supplements like melatonin, but I would recommend going to a doctor if you really do have some sleeping challenges. I hope these things have been helpful for you, especially as a high achiever who has all of these ideas going in your brain, and that you're going to be able to wake up refreshed, ready to get started, and take on the day. I'm ShawnQ, your high ticket sales coach, and I'll see you in the next video.